You want to be able to invest in your company or grow or expand your team. You want to be able to pay down debt as soon as possible. You want to be able to reward yourself and other shareholders in the form of profit distributions. All that requires good margins. So what is margin? Margin is what you have left over to do all this cool stuff. Okay, you got to run the rest of your business, okay? You got to have all these other expenses taken care of. There's a lot of stuff that happens after profit, like we've talked about, after bottom line profit. There's a whole other report all about cash. What's your cash doing, right? You want to be able to invest in your company or grow or expand your team. So going way back up to the top, okay, levers. Okay, this is the single best first place to start for a lever to pull to increase your profitability. And that's why it's so important to address as soon as possible, get a good handle on this as soon as possible so that you can take advantage of these increased prices, increased profit to do that really great stuff from the get-go. Maybe that even means avoiding debt to begin with. Or at least if you catch it a little bit in, maybe you have acquired debt, having this increased profit, increased cash flow would help pay down that debt to help your cash flow even more. Now let's go down to a theoretical scenario. This is where we can kind of play with the numbers to see what it's going to do for us. We've already established that the actual markup for my February numbers were 37%. But let's see what's going to happen if we change that up to, like we can see here, up to 50%. What does that do for our percentages? What does that do for our dollars? And what's that do for the bottom line, ultimately, opening up that profit funnel? And also, by the way, remember, you're going to have access to a tool just like this where you can plug in your own numbers to not only see the visual representation, but also there's a sheet for this for you to enter in your own numbers there to see how your numbers need to work out so that you have a nice open profit funnel and what that does for your bottom line. So a 50% markup results in a 33% margin. So now we're comparing 33% margin. How much of a margin do we have on our, profit funnel, let's say? We have a new 33% versus 27%. So our profit funnel would be more opened up, leaving a little bit more to do that really cool stuff with. All right, so that was quite a lot on markup and margin. I think it's very worthwhile. Like I said, first great profit lever. But let's just play with this scenario one more time. So if 50% was way too low, maybe you want to go crazy and go up to 80%. I mean, some are like that. It just depends on your business, okay? You don't want to go crazy. You want to kind of work it in line with the industry standards. So if I do that, all right, so here, okay, same cost, here's the new price, and that's an increase of $6,700. So that's a pretty extreme swing, but we can see that when we do this, when we have the visibility on this and have a tool like this, you can really see what that could do for you. And I sure hope that you do take advantage of the visibility and tools like this so that you can control the business versus the other way around, so that you can achieve the goals and dreams that you have for the business and take for your personal life and your family goals. All right, there was a lot there for markup and margin. Let's call it. We got one more tool or resource to look at, but that'll be another video. That's going to be about expense control. If this is the first great profit lever to pull, that's kind of the next one down. We're going through a cycle of things to look at and troubleshoot in your business so that you can keep that profit funnel open, so that you can do all those really great things that happen after profit.